top US health official has admitted he and a team of other leading scientists deliberately chose to downplay suggestions the COVID-19 pandemic originated in a Chinese lab leak. Robert Cadlick explained why in a Bombshell Sky News documentary.
What we were trying to do was trying to make sure that politically that you would not get into a situation where people would make accusations or allegations. But quite honestly, what happened was the exact opposite.
You and Fauci in those discussions just wanted to turn the rhetoric down. Is that
correct? That was it.
The doco, What Really Happened in Wuhan, the next chapter, also exposes extensive attempts to make the public think it was a natural virus. Joining us now is the journalist behind the investigation, Sky News host Shari Markson. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Shari.
You've been following this for years, and most of it, it's not new, is it, the theory that it was a conspiracy? Why are these bombshells coming out now?
I've been investigating this for 3.5 years now. I've written a book. We did a first documentary 2 years ago. This new documentary that aired last night on Sky News. For it, as you just saw, we had one of the insiders who worked with Anthony Fauci. He reveals that they decided to deliberately downplay the notion that this came from a lab. That then became a conspiracy theory. He now says he feels obligated to speak out because it looks like he believes, based on his investigation, that it did eventuate from genetic engineering at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. So these are quite amazing revelations.
Absolutely. So US Chief Medical Officer Anthony Fauci, at the time, of course, what did he stand to gain by covering it up?
Well, his agency had been among several United States agencies that were funding the research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. So Robert Cadlick, that health official, told us last night that Fauci would have been concerned for his own reputation and that of his institute if it eventuated that his agency had funded the very research that sparked this pandemic. And that is a live possibility.
So this affected everyone across the world, right? So downplaying it at the very beginning, how damaging was that?
Look, 7 million people or more have died as a result of COVID-19. It still affects all of our lives. Economies were shut down. But it's not just about justice for the millions of people who have died, why we need to know how this pandemic began, but it's to prevent another one. And if we don't learn the lessons, if we don't start to regulate this very risky gain-of-function research in laboratories globally, we could have another pandemic happen again, and that's what the experts I speak to in this documentary warn.
I mean, you've been working on this forever. Do you think we'll ever really know?
100%. I think we're getting closer and closer already in this documentary. We've narrowed down 2 scientists in China whose actual research might have started COVID-19. We explain in this documentary how it could have been their work. One of them, a Chinese military scientist, was working on a vaccine for COVID-19 back in October 2019. And his research could have led to the pandemic. He was then believed to be killed by the Chinese People's Liberation Army. So we are getting closer. Unfortunately, there's been no international inquiry. It shouldn't be left up to journalists to investigate this.
That's right. Shari, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Really appreciate it.